Forget everything you thought you knew about black holes. A signal of unimaginable power has just been detected, originating from a black hole that dwarfs even our greatest galactic neighbors. This isn't a theory, it's a shocking new reality, and the implications could be universe-altering. We're talking about something so massive that our entire Milky Way galaxy would look like a grain of sand next to it, and it just sent us a message that has left the entire scientific community speechless. This discovery doesn't just challenge our understanding of physics, it obliterates it. Welcome back to Space Prime, where we explore the most mind-bending mysteries of the cosmos. Today, we're diving into a discovery so unprecedented that it might force us to rewrite everything we know about the universe itself. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this could be the most important astronomical discovery in human history. The universe's new giant, 100 times Andromeda. Let's start with the sheer incomprehensible scale of what we're dealing with here. When astronomers say they've detected a black hole 100 times larger than Andromeda, your mind should immediately rebel against that concept, because it's almost impossible to visualize something that massive. The Andromeda Galaxy contains over 1 trillion stars. It spans 220,000 light-years across. If you could travel at the speed of light, it would take you 220,000 years just to cross from one side to the other. And now imagine something 100 times that size. We're talking about a black hole so colossal that if it replaced our local galactic neighborhood, it would stretch across distances that would take light millions of years to traverse. To put this in perspective, if our Milky Way galaxy were the size of a coin, this black hole would be the size of a football field. Actually, that's still not big enough. If our entire galaxy were a single atom, this black hole would still be visible to the naked eye. The numbers are so large that they stop having meaning in any human context. But here's what makes this discovery truly shocking. Black holes aren't supposed to get this big. According to our current understanding of physics, there are fundamental limits to how massive a black hole can become. Even supermassive black holes at the centers of the largest known galaxies pale in comparison to this monster. We're dealing with something that shouldn't exist according to our best theories about how the universe works. The mere existence of this object forces us to reconsider everything we thought we knew about cosmic evolution, the formation of large-scale structures in the universe, and the fundamental limits of matter and energy. This isn't just finding a bigger example of something we already understand. This is discovering that our understanding itself is fundamentally incomplete. What's even more mind-bending is that this object has been out there all along, hidden in the cosmic background, so massive and so distant that we only now have the technology sensitive enough to detect its presence. The universe just revealed that it's been hiding giants we never imagined could exist. The unprecedented signal. What was heard? Now, let's talk about the signal itself, because this is where the story goes from incredible to absolutely mind-bending. The signal detected from this cosmic giant isn't just unusual, it's completely unprecedented in the history of astronomy. Early reports from the scientific community describe the signal as having characteristics that don't match anything we've ever recorded from space. We're not talking about radio waves, X-rays, or gamma rays, the typical signatures we expect from black holes. This signal appears to be something entirely new, operating on frequencies and displaying patterns that challenge our fundamental understanding of how energy propagates through space. Initial data analysis reveals that the signal has a structured pattern. It's not random noise or the chaotic emissions we typically see from cosmic phenomena. There's an underlying organization to it, almost like it's trying to convey information. The signal repeats in complex sequences, with variations that suggest a level of sophistication that makes scientists uncomfortable to even discuss publicly. The energy levels involved are beyond anything we've ever measured. We're talking about power outputs that exceed the combined energy of all the stars in hundreds of galaxies. Yet somehow, this energy is being focused and directed in ways that suggest it's not just the random byproduct of gravitational collapse or matter falling into the black hole. What's particularly baffling is the signal's coherence. Energy from such a massive source, traveling across billions of light years, should be scattered and degraded by the time it reaches us. Instead, the signal maintains its structure and clarity as if it's been actively maintained or amplified during its journey across the cosmos. Some researchers are quietly comparing the signal's characteristics to what we might expect from an artificially generated transmission, though officially, no one is willing to make such claims on the record. The implications are simply too extraordinary to accept without overwhelming evidence. The signal also appears to be modulated in ways that correlate with specific astronomical events. It intensifies during certain cosmic alignments and seems to respond to gravitational wave detections from other parts of the universe. This suggests a level of cosmic awareness or responsiveness that doesn't fit any known natural phenomenon. The baffling origin. Where did it come from? The origin of this signal is perhaps the most perplexing aspect of the entire discovery. Black holes, even supermassive ones, have predictable behaviors. They consume matter, emit Hawking radiation, and occasionally produce jets of high-energy particles. What they don't do is generate coherent, structured signals that appear to contain information. The energy signature suggests that whatever is producing this signal is using the black hole's immense gravitational field as some kind of amplifier or broadcast system. It's as if something is deliberately harnessing the most powerful gravitational forces in the universe to send a message across cosmic distances. Traditional black hole physics tells us that once matter crosses the event horizon, no information can escape. Yet this signal appears to be originating from the ergosphere, the region just outside the event horizon where space-time itself is dragged around by the black hole's rotation. Something in that region is manipulating the fundamental structure of space-time to generate this signal. The mathematics involved are staggering. To produce a coherent signal from such an extreme gravitational environment would require technology and understanding of physics that far exceeds our current capabilities. We're talking about manipulating the curvature of space-time itself, using gravitational fields as tools, and somehow maintaining information coherence in an environment where the very concepts of space and time begin to break down. Some theoretical physicists are suggesting that we might be witnessing the operation of a Type 3 civilization on the Kardashev scale, a hypothetical level of technological advancement where an entire galaxy's energy output is harnessed for civilization's needs. But even that doesn't fully explain the sophistication required to generate this type of signal from within a black hole's ergosphere. Another possibility that scientists are reluctantly considering is that we're observing evidence of new physics, fundamental forces or particles that only operate under the extreme conditions found near black holes of this size. Perhaps the signal is a natural phenomenon, but one that only becomes possible when matter and energy are compressed and accelerated to degrees we've never observed before. The timing of the signal's detection also raises questions. Why are we receiving it now? Has it been broadcasting for millions of years, and we're only now technologically capable of detecting it? Or did something trigger its transmission recently, suggesting that whatever is producing it is aware of our developing observational capabilities? Implications for understanding the universe. The implications of this discovery extend far beyond astronomy and physics. They touch the very foundation of our understanding of reality itself. If this signal represents what some scientists privately suspect, we're facing a paradigm shift that makes the Copernican revolution look like a minor adjustment. First, let's consider the physics implications. If the signal is artificially generated, it demonstrates technology that manipulates space-time itself. This would confirm theoretical possibilities that most physicists considered purely academic. Concepts like using black holes as energy sources, manipulating gravitational fields for communication, and operating technology within the ergosphere of a rotating black hole. Such technology would require understanding of physics that we're centuries away from achieving. It suggests that civilizations can develop capabilities that operate on cosmic scales, using entire galaxies as their technological infrastructure. The energy requirements alone would necessitate harnessing the power of multiple star systems or even entire galactic cores. But even if the signal has a natural explanation, its existence forces us to recognize that the universe operates on scales and through mechanisms we haven't even begun to comprehend. We might be looking at evidence of new fundamental forces that only become apparent under the extreme conditions created by objects of this size and mass. The signal also challenges our understanding of information and consciousness on cosmic scales. If patterns of information can persist and be transmitted across billions of light years through the most extreme gravitational environments in the universe, what does that tell us about the nature of information itself? Are we looking at evidence that consciousness or intelligence can exist on scales we never imagined? From a cosmological perspective, the existence of this black hole suggests that the early universe had mechanisms for creating structures far larger than our current models predict. This could mean that dark matter, dark energy, and the fundamental constants that govern cosmic evolution operate differently than we thought. We might need to completely revise our timeline of cosmic development and the processes that shape large-scale structures in the universe. The discovery also has profound implications for our search for extraterrestrial intelligence. If the signal is artificial, it represents contact with an intelligence operating on scales that dwarf anything we could imagine. We're not talking about radio signals from nearby star systems. We're talking about communications that span galactic clusters and operate through the manipulation of space-time itself. What's next? The hunt for answers. The scientific response to this discovery has been unprecedented in both scale and secrecy. Every major radio telescope, gravitational wave detector, and space-based observatory on Earth has been quietly redirected to focus on this region of space. The international cooperation happening behind the scenes rivals the coordination of major military operations. The Atacama Large Millimeter Array, the Very Large Array, and the Event Horizon Telescope Network are all working in coordination to gather as much data as possible about this signal. But the real race is to decode its meaning, if it has one. Cryptographers, linguists, mathematicians, and computer scientists are working alongside astrophysicists in an effort to understand what we're receiving. The challenge is unprecedented. We're trying to decode a signal that originates from an environment where the laws of physics operate in ways we barely understand, transmitted by something we can't identify, using technologies that may be millions of years ahead of our current capabilities. It's like trying to understand quantum mechanics with Stone Age tools. But perhaps the most intriguing aspect of the current investigation is what isn't being shared publicly. The scientific papers describing this discovery are heavily redacted, and several researchers have been quietly removed from public-facing positions. The level of security surrounding this discovery suggests that preliminary analysis has revealed something that governments and scientific institutions aren't ready to share with the world. International agreements are being negotiated about how to respond if the signal is confirmed to be artificial. Protocols are being developed for potential communication attempts, though the timescales involved are staggering. Any response we send would take billions of years to reach its destination, and any reply would take billions more to return to us. The discovery is also driving unprecedented investment in space-based observation technology. New telescopes and detection systems are being fast-tracked for development, with funding that suggests governments and private institutions recognize the potentially world-changing importance of understanding this signal. But perhaps most importantly, this discovery is forcing humanity to confront the possibility that we are not alone in the universe and that we are not the most advanced intelligence in it. We might be receiving our first communication from a civilization so advanced that they use black holes as communication tools and operate on scales that span galaxy clusters. The universe just revealed that it's stranger, more wonderful, and potentially more populated than we ever dared to imagine. What we do with this knowledge, how we respond to this discovery, and whether we're prepared for the implications of what we're learning will define the next chapter of human civilization. The signal is still transmitting. The analysis continues. And somewhere in the cosmos, something unimaginably powerful is trying to tell us something. The question is, are we ready to listen?